Hey everyone, I'd like to spend a little time talking about one of the most popular ways to travel right now, and that is with a lot of different people and what people would consider multi-generational travel. This is when you have grandparents, parents, and grandchildren all traveling on vacation together. This is becoming exceedingly popular for those of us in this generation who are currently raising kids and also spending as much quality time as we can with our parents. So, how do you make the most of a multi-generational travel experience? What are some tips to help make sure that everyone who goes on this vacation is going to get what they want and with the least amount of drama and the least amount of stress? That's what I'm here to help you out with. So, stay tuned for all of my tips for making the most of your multi-generational travel vacation. Let's get started. The first thing you'll want to identify is who is going on this trip with you. If it's grandparents, if it's parents and kids, how many people are we talking about? And I have a feeling that most everyone is going to be going on this type of a trip for the same two reasons. Number one, they want to spend quality time together. Grandparents want to see all the different special moments with their grandkids. The grandkids want to be with their grandparents and their parents, and the whole thing is about spending quality time together. The second reason that you're likely looking at a multi-generational travel experience is because you want to make memories together. It's not enough to just spend quality time together, but you also want to go to a place that is outside of your usual everyday and make memories happen all together as a larger group. These are both great reasons to spend some money and spend some time on a really special vacation, and figuring out where to go, how to do it, and what are some of the best practices to make sure that everyone leaves rested, happy, and fulfilled. This is all going to come down to having a good plan. The next step you'll want to consider is where do you want to go for this multi-generational family trip, and what kind of activity level are you hoping for? I often get families that come to me. It's a lot of times it'll be grandparents or parents that'll say, hey, we're running to take a big family trip to Disney World. I want to experience Disney World with my parents who are a little bit older, and they want to see their grandkids experience Disney for the first time. So often, a lot of people are looking for that Disney World or Disneyland vacation when they're going with a bigger group. That's a great place to start, especially if that memory-making component is tied to a lot of nostalgia that you may have growing up with Disney, whether it was the movies, the parks, or other. This is a really popular choice. There are some things you'll want to consider when planning Disney for multiple generations at one time. The first is your activity level needs to be understood. Little kids, depending on their ages, can have a lot of great energy. Parents who are aging, maybe into their 60s, 70s, may have a different pace that they want to go through when it comes to going to the parks and choosing a resort. This is where choosing your resort and your park strategy can be extremely important. What I always like to recommend is being really comfortable as a group, splitting up and coming back together as needed. Just because you're going on vacation together as a larger group does not mean you need to do every single thing together on your trip. Once you relieve that pressure of feeling like you have to do it all together all the time, it really does allow for some flexibility for people to go off and do things that they would like to do without feeling pressured by other people to do something different. This is extremely helpful when you're visiting Disney parks, for example, because if you pick a hotel that is easy to get to and from the park, maybe young kids want to go back for a short nap, or maybe the grandparents want to end the day at 5 o'clock and not stay out late for fireworks with crowds. These are all things that can absolutely happen if you give yourselves the grace to just go ahead and say, hey, we're going to meet up for these meals, we're going to spend this part of the day together, and then we're going to split off and do our own thing. This is a really great way to strategize your time and your plans if you're doing something like a Disney World vacation with a lot of people at different paces and different activity levels. The second really popular destination for multi-generational travel, aside from Disney World, is going to be cruising. I think cruising is a fantastic option for people to go and be able to explore a vacation at their own pace while still being together. So let me talk about why this is so helpful. When you're on a cruise, when you book with your family, you can tie all those reservations together, and you can choose to do your dining together. You can choose to do certain activities together, but you can also split up. And if the kids want to go and do some swimming, maybe the grandparents want to go and take a rest in the adults only areas on the ship. When there is a port day where it's going to be a lot of walking or big shore excursions, maybe some people want to do a different shore excursion like a cooking class, and maybe others want to go and do some thrills in a water park. You can have this opportunity to choose your own adventure on a cruise without feeling like you're not still together. You still have those rooms that can be connecting rooms or close by. You still have your meal times where you can regroup and be together as a family, or even going to see shows that they have throughout the duration of the cruise. All great ways to come back together, but also feel okay with going off and doing your own things. These are a few tips that I like to recommend when you're considering multi-generational travel, but first and foremost, it is always worth taking the trip. I want to make sure that you know that, but be really careful which trip it is that's going to be right for you, and make sure that you have someone helping you with all those details. Hotels and choosing the right room types can be a big game changer when having a vacation with grandparents, parents, and kids. Some people need a little more quiet. Some people need more space. Sometimes connecting rooms will be a great choice. Other times, maybe a 2-bedroom suite. These are all things that you'll want to consider early in your conversation with your family when you're deciding to go on vacation together. The other best advice I have is really decide early who's going to be that ultimate decision maker, who's paying for the trip, who wants to be the one to make those big decisions in terms of where to stay, who's going to be coordinating all of that for you. That's where I can help as a travel planner, but also figuring out amongst your family kind of who is going to sit in that driver's seat can be a really helpful tool early on so that you don't get frustrated or feel like you have too many cooks in the kitchen as you're planning. So I hope all of this is helpful, because at this point, multi-generational travel is one of the most common types of travel happening, and it's always worth the special trip together. You want to make those memories, and you want to do it in a place that is different and unique, and somewhere where you can go and be free from distractions of your everyday busyness, your everyday schedules, and just enjoy that time together with your loved ones. So if you are thinking about a multi-generational trip, take some of these tips into account and reach out to me if you'd like some help. I book a ton of multi-generational travel experiences. I have from large groups going on family reunion cruises to beach vacations in different houses and different destinations around the US, and all-inclusive resorts, and of course, Disney and Universal. So reach out to me, let me know what I can help you with, and thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.